Hey, here's just a quick video about an experiment I've been running this summer and just an update here at the end of the summer. I got some sweet pawpaw seeds from Pan Asia Heirloom on Etsy. They're collected from orchards here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I planted them pretty late in the year. My pawpaws in the air prune bed here probably have about a foot of top growth now at the end of the growing season. When I planted these, the pawpaws in the air prune bed had already sprouted and were probably about, 4 or 5 inches tall, just like these are now. Looking at the paper here, it looks like my order date was July 14th, so I'm sure they weren't in the ground until after the middle of July. That was pretty late to plant pawpaws. And yet here we are mid-November and they all look really good. The leaves all died back now because of the hard frost we got. But it looks like these stems have hardened and they are ready to get through winter. So part one of the experiment solved. I can plant pawpaws pretty late. They won't grow very much, but they'll get ready for winter just fine. The second part of the experiment was, what if I just plant them in just a large planter box like this, not a fancy air prune bed, just a normal pot. Typically they have a long taproot, but I figured some of the thought process here was I planted them pretty late. Maybe that taproot wouldn't be able to get as long and hit the bottom of the pot. So I'm going to pull them up now and we'll find out what it looks like in there. I might have wrecked the taproot by not putting them in a specialized pot, but we'll find out. All right, first one out of the bed here. Probably about 3 times as much bottom growth as top growth, but the pot looks like the pot was just deep enough, and this is one of the bigger ones. So I don't know what they would have been like if they had another month or two to grow in there, but planting them mid-July seemed to work out pretty well. Here they all are. They all look pretty much the same as that first one. Good, strong, big, long taproot that doesn't seem like it was impeded. It didn't start to circle around itself in that pot. I will heal these in by burying their roots in wood chips, and then in the spring I'll pull them out and probably plant them in tall tree tubes and keep them over the summer, and then try to sell them that fall or spring 2026. They're just too small to actually sell now. I would plant them on my own property. I'd be fine with that. You'd have to watch and take care of them a little more so they're not stepped on, but I feel rude selling someone a tree that small. What I also might do here in the spring is I might skip the tree tubes and plant them directly in the ground in well loosened soil, probably loosen up with a broad fork. I'll let them grow in the ground some, but then I've heard from some people that digging them out of that ground can be difficult. You don't want to damage the taproot. Some people say you can't damage the taproot or you'll kill the plant. I've heard from other people that, if you damage the taproot, like, the plant will be fine. You'll just have to water it extra the next year. So some more experiments to mess around with until I figure out exactly what I want to do here for the food forest nursery going forward. If you have thoughts on any of this, let me know. If you have some other ideas for me to test out, let me know. And I'll see you around.